Okay, good morning, good day everyone. Today we're going to be doing top-post analysis on Richtech Robotics Incorporated. This is the second video in our series. On the first video we identified our daily zones and our 4-hour zones. In this video we identified our trend lines. But I just realized I neglected something in the previous video, which is our all-time high. So go watch the first video. To get to understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, so now what are trend lines? Trend lines are lines drawn across chart indicating general direction of price moving. A trend line is drawn by connecting at least two peaks in case of a downtrend or two troughs in case of an uptrend. So this is perfectly exemplified here. A downtrend, you can see. I can draw a trend line like this. I have to draw my trend line like this. Then this would be my peaks. I would have one here, and then one here. Let me zoom into the chart so that you can see it very, very clearly. You can see them right here. So I could also draw my trend line like this. This is more appropriate. It's more appropriate for me to draw my trend line like this. Consider that I'm on a higher time frame. This is my daily trend line. I can also draw another one like this. This is also my daily trend line. And this daily trend line is the one that's valid at the moment. The other daily trend line has already been broken. The reason why I have not cancelled it or deleted it. Actually, it has no value anymore. It won't even be able to act as diagonal support or resistance. So there's no point. So let's delete this guy. But it's still a valid trend line, but it's been broken. That's all. Now let's go down to the 4-hour time frame and see if we can draw any other trend lines. You can see that the trend line that we drew initially is much clearer here, much easier to spot. You can also draw another trend line like this, but this one has also been validated already. You can see an upward trend line here like this. But this one too has been validated. Oh, but this trend line exemplifies something, which is diagonal support and resistance. So the same way you can have support level that is broken through and becomes resistance level. The same way on price here, you can see that this trend line is acting as a support level, but then price broke through it, then it began to act as a resistance level. That is what we call diagonal support and resistance levels. Or that's what I call it anyways, because that this is something that best exemplifies diagonal support and resistance levels, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. So there aren't any other trend lines that we could draw. I mean, I could draw a trend line like this, but this trend line is simply too close to the current price action. It's just too close, because who told you that price is not moving like this? If that were the case, that would mean that your second peak for the downward trend line was invalid, making your entire trend line invalid from the get-go. So there aren't any trend lines for us to draw here. But that's not very abnormal, considering that we're doing analysis on stocks. So next, what we're going to do is identify our trend origin and our market structure.